Coach Tyrrell joining us from Hoban. They are off to a 2-0 start. Glad that he could join us here. And, Coach, appreciate the time. I got to ask you, we'll get into the whole football aspect, obviously, some X's and O's and what you guys have been able to do. A great start for your season. But just the preparation of getting ready for this season, this unprecedented time that we're in. I mean, what have you made of how you guys have handled that, your coaches, yourself? How have you guys dealt with all this?
It's been hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. So a large part of it is just preparation. I'm the athletic director also, so I have a great team with me in athletics. And they have done a lot to prepare all sports. But I think the biggest thing is we were able to really get in starting on that June 3rd date, and had a great plan implemented for all sports to get in the weight room. We're blessed to have an 11,000 square foot weight room. That's probably the biggest in the state of Ohio. So with a great strength staff. So we were able to do a lot in small groups and keep everything small and organized through the COVID rules and regulations. So we were able to get through the summer with minimal hiccups. And delays and those things. So we were able to get a lot of what we normally would get in the summer done, which is mainly for us, the conditioning and weight room side of things. We don't hit football too much. We work on fundamentals a lot, but those are, we save practice for August.
Coach, your 2 weeks, you've outscored the opposition 84-0. What's been your assessment of the season thus far?
Really, we knew going in as coaches that our defense, we had 10 out of 11 coming back as starters. So we knew that was the strength of our team coming back. And there were some good players in that group too. It's not just because they were starters and we were bad. Those were 10 good starters coming back, and we had the ability to kind of hang our hat on that through the beginning part of 2 days. Kind of a half scrimmage with Cardinal Mooney. And then, opening up with a club team out of Columbus, which is really only a half. We made a lot of mistakes, in those first 2 games, but we did them aggressively. So we're able to coach up some kids after games and watching film and doing those types of things, which is a new crazy way to do things because you can't meet as big groups to watch film. So a lot on the computer. A lot of notes, those types of things, kind of like a classroom. But we've just been able to adapt to the situation because we have older kids, and that's kind of been a blessing for us.
Coach, you beat St. Ed's 35-0. A lot of people see that score, they're pretty impressed with your group. I mean, offensively, defensively. Just take us back to that game. Did you see that type of outcome when the game kicked off?
No, I've been on both sides of those types of games. So, St. Ed's is one of the premier programs and always will be in the state of Ohio. And Coach Lombardo's, in my eyes, one of the best in the state. And it was a great game physically. It's just, sometimes a team gets on a little bit of a roll and the rest of it kind of collapses for the other team. I've been on both sides with some really good teams. So it just was our night, the ball fell our way a couple ways and some different things that really changed the momentum of the game. And we were just able to capitalize. The score was really not exactly what was going on in the game. If you watched it, it was a very, very physical game on both ends. It wasn't like we were dominating or doing anything like that. They're a great team, have great players and great coached. The ball just fell our way on certain situations. We could play 10 times and be split through those 10 times. If we had 10 games with them, I'm sure it'd be 5-5. And, it's just the ball fell our way that on Saturday night.
There's a lot of feel like, Coach, regardless of what division you play in, whatever, that you guys are hands down one of the best teams in the state. I got to imagine that your goals are as high as they can go. I mean, your thought is this team can win a state championship, right?
Yeah, I think we've built our program to always be in the conversation. We were in the same spot last year and played a great Massillon team. and the ball didn't fall our way that night, and it did theirs. And the coach Moore down there, he runs a great program, and the goal always for us is to be in the conversation when it comes to state championships, and that's the expectation our kids set for themselves, and the coaches do as assistant coaches for the kids. So I think every year that's our mentality, and it needs to be, because if it's not, you're really never going to get there. So we always like to have our name in the conversation. We're far from it right now, even though we started off 2-0, and a lot of people are talking about us. As a coach, you watch into each individual play, and I don't know if we had one perfect play on Saturday night in a win. So we got to get a lot better before we, as a team, start talking about it.
Coach, nothing normal nowadays, but when that ball kicks off and you're coaching a game for 2.5, 3 hours, do you feel a sense of normalcy?
Yeah, other than the mask, on you. I'm a big guy that likes to have a little bit of fun with the officials, and try to entertain and do some different things on the sideline, and talk, and you're talking to the kids. The game part of it is awesome. Your mind's in the right mode. Just that damn mask is on your face. It just keep giving you that reminder, but it's just awesome to see the kids out there to get back to some type of normalcy. Watching kids run around, hitting each other, and playing the sport of football. It's awesome to watch. It's you become a fan, even though you're coaching at the time. You kind of become a fan because feels like it's been taken from you for so long.
Last thing, this 6-game season, and all the teams make the playoffs. I mean, given the circumstances and all the uncertainty that we've had, do you feel like the OHSAA and everyone that signed off on this, they did a pretty good job given the circumstances?
Yeah, from the beginning, I have a lot of connections down there, and Bo Rugg, who's in charge of football, and the whole organization, I think, has done a great job. They really have. They've communicated with us. I was fortunate to be on one of the little committees and talking about different scenarios. I think they did a great job. We're playing. They fought for us. The government did the right thing in the end, and I think a lot of it has to do with the OHSAA and how persistent they were on. The kids got to get back to some normal activities, and fall sports and football is that. And I think they did an unbelievable job. I don't care how many games they gave us or what the situation is with tournament, and as long as the kids get the chance to play, because in the end, a lot of these kids want to play college football and play the game of football beyond high school, and you need to play for them to have that opportunity to do that. And I think the OHSAA knew that, and knows this is Ohio, and I've coached in another state, and Ohio football is huge, and it gets everybody back to normal a little bit. Families that might be hurting from whatever reason, because of this pandemic, the OHSAA did a great job of getting us back.
Coach, listen, really appreciate the time. It's great catching up with you, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thanks for having me. Anytime.